What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Aeron and I'm back to discuss WWE Smackdown on the WrestlePlug YouTube channel. Now, Smackdown opens, as always, like it does pretty much every week now, with Roman Reigns having a bitch, talking about how Edge got one up on him, and he's not happy about that, and he's menacing, and he's looming, and all the stuff we've kind of grown to expect from Roman Reigns. It's really funny, isn't it? He's more over now when he's a gigantic little biatch. It's quite funny, really. It speaks volumes, actually, about how petty all of us, myself included, at times can be when it comes to wrestling. Oh, I fucking hate Roman Reigns. He's out here being strong and being a good guy and doing the right thing. God, you suck dick. Oh, you're a bitch now and you fucking hate everyone and you're cheating on my favourites. Oh, I fucking love you. Such good shit. It is what it is. Bryan comes down, says, you're a little bitch. Very clever, actually. Very manipulative, but with a face dynamic, saying, if you're a real champion, you would have given me time to prepare instead of being a fucking tool and facing me directly after I've been through a grueling elimination chamber. How about you face me at Fastlane, dickhead? And then Jey Uso, of course, who's all hopped up on cocaine these days. He's fantastic. He's just like, hey, man, what you fucking doing? You're talking about the king, man? Hey, man. It's like, whoa, chill out. Sounds a little bit... Have you noticed this? Maybe it's just me, but when Jey Uso goes proper Barney, he sounds a little bit like Donkey from Shrek. That's just my opinion, but he does. He sounds a little bit like, he's like, hey man, what's going on? So, whoa. Wind it down a little bit, Jay. Wind it down a little bit. Jey Uso essentially steps in front of Roman Reigns and once again kind of insinuates, you want an opportunity? You have to go through me. Cool. See you later on. Easy booking. See, this is why SmackDown is so much better than Raw. It's not just because it's 2 hours long. It's because it does things with simplicity. Wrestling doesn't have to be this great, ridiculous, long burn, over the top, unnecessarily convoluted storyline. Case in point, something like Hangman Page and Kenny Omega, which wasn't terrible, but it just went on and on and on. I'm like, can we get to the point, please? Because we all know where it's going to end. It's just a matter of when you actually can be bothered to pull the trigger. And with this, it's simple. You are a bitch. You didn't beat me cleanly at Elimination Chamber. I want a proper match with you at Fastlane. Cool. Well, if you can get it for Jey Uso, you can have one. See you later in the main event. Great. Simple stuff. When I don't like something on SmackDown, it's not necessarily because it's bad, it's because it's not my cup of tea. Now, for me, I feel like the women's tag team division is a bit of a joke. It has been since those belts came in. I feel like the Kabuki Warriors really helped out in terms of legitimizing those tag team belts a little bit, and I thought the Iconics were decent enough champions, but there's way too many kind of hashed together tag teams. So one of the tag teams that I do love is Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott, not just because I have it crazy for Liv Morgan, but I don't want to see them once again jobbing out to Natalya and Tamina. Who cares? I don't. I'm sure some people are happy about this. I'm not. I don't want to see Tamina and Natalya on my screen. Never mind being pushed as the next big tag team of SmackDown. Great. Nobody cares. Natalya, right? I know she's still upset about the WWE on Fox and the whole graphic thing, and they probably use that as an opportunity to kind of give her more of a push. And I've got to say, this was actually, as far as I'm concerned, the best Tamina match I've ever seen, which speaks volumes about Liv Morgan's work rate, and also the fact that Tamina has actually worked out how to wrestle finally. Again, someone who's been there for 10 to 15 years like Natalya, but I think you can count on one hand the amount of months in all of those years that these two women have been a champion, a proper champion. I just don't give a shit. And the fact they're going over the Riot Squad, who are there, who are a legitimate tag team, for me, I think that's a mistake. I think that's bad booking. I really like Otis, by the way, as a heel. I'm one of the few people who's on this bandwagon. I like Otis. I didn't care when Nakamura lost to him because for me, I think Otis is actually a more exciting and more interesting prospect. Oh, how we all loved Otis and Mandy. And oh, how quickly we forget when it doesn't suit us. And I kind of feel a bit bad for Otis because he's getting a lot of ire from the internet wrestling community, which, let's be honest, doesn't really matter. And I know we're part of it. We're all part of it. But it's whether we take it seriously or not. Otis comes out and him and Chad Gable get the win over the Mysterios. good stuff. Good use of everyone involved. Nice to see Otis picking up some wins. I'm hoping that they're going to have something good to do with that. And on the flip side of things in the men's tag team division as well, it was great to see the Street Profits out there again against a really good combination in Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. This is another thing as well. Every time I watch SmackDown, I like to have the Twitter feed going. It's good to grab some images and check out what people's opinions are and interact. Obviously, we do at Wrestle Plug, so feel free to follow us and send us a tweet or chat to us about wrestling. We love having a natter. But all I ever see everyone, oh, Baron Corbin's fucking shit. Oh, I hate Baron Corbin. Oh, I wish Baron Corbin would get off. I was like, good. It's his fucking job. Also, stop whinging. You know, people want to qualify this with, yeah, but it's go away heat. Well, it's not, because you're still watching. If it was go away heat, you would legitimately turn off SmackDown. I bet all these fucking smarks on Twitter saying, oh, fucking hate Baron Corbin, he sucks all the heat and the life out of the program. I guarantee none of them turn it off when he's on the screen. And Sami Zayn is fucking fantastic. I love the conspiracy theory stuff. Shout out to Blake Christian as well. That boy's moonlighting all over the place, isn't he? I hope you're getting double time for working on SmackDown as well as NXT, my son. It was a good match as well. And it was great to see the Street Profits in their element, doing what they do. The fact that they're kind of being denied a push, and it wouldn't surprise me if the storyline came to fruition that the reason that is because Sonya Deville was good friends with Dolph Ziggler and she's doing her boy Dolph a favour on the side. But overall, I thought it was great. I did. I really enjoyed this match. Street Profits win, which is the right decision. It'd be really annoying if two singles guys beat them, but I like the chemistry, and I think that Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, although they won't, obviously, because of the dissension that happened during this match. It's a shame. I actually think they work really well as a tag team. It'd be nice to see them built long-term, because it doesn't feel like either guy is really going anywhere in terms of a singles run. Obviously, the big talking point, other than, who will face Roman Reigns at Fastlane, and probably a bigger talking point, at least in my opinion, is who would Bianca Belair face at WrestleMania. She made her decision tonight. It's fucking obvious, wasn't it? Come on. It's very insulting to the audience. I'm going to make my decision tonight, on SmackDown, on the brand that I'm supposed to face Sasha Banks in. That everyone wants me to face Sasha Banks, right? So I'm going to be on SmackDown to make my decision. And Asuka's not going to be here either. Asuka's not there, so who she's going to pick already. It was more a case of just get to the fucking point. I would have rather Bianca Belair had blindsided Sasha Banks, maybe at the Elimination Chamber, a little bit like Edge had done with Roman Reigns. I think that would have set things up perfectly. But it is what it is. Or, factor in some sort of segment. Instead, Bianca Belair comes out. They use this as an opportunity to hamstring in good old Reggie boy. He comes wandering down again. He's got this infatuation with Sasha Banks, which I'm not judging because Sasha Banks is looking ridiculous, and none more so than this evening. Hot damn, she is one beautiful woman. But yeah, Bianca Belair, she comes out after Reginald has his little piece and says, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. It's going to be me and you at WrestleMania. Great. Let's get on with it then, shall we, ladies? Black excellence indeed. This is going to be a fantastic match, a real high-level, high-quality main event style match. I've seen a lot of people talking about how this is Sasha Banks' first ever big old Mania match, which is ridiculous and wrong, frankly, because I'm pretty sure she has been in matches before, title matches. So, you could argue this is definitely her biggest and maybe the closest to a main event she's been in, but, people have such a short revisionist history and they want to kind of will something into existence, so to speak. Wrestling fans are terrible for that. But am I excited? Absolutely. I have to be honest, though. If I'm being genuinely honest about everything around here, Sasha versus Bayley is going to draw more money, but Belair, Bianca Belair, not Bayley. Got Bayley on the brain. But I feel that if you put Bianca Belair against Asuka, it would do more for Asuka, and I feel like Asuka needs it more than Sasha Banks does. Sasha Banks already feels like a megastar. Once again, Raw, and particularly Asuka, are getting such a short deal. I feel really bad for Asuka. We're talking about one of the best all-time women's workers. I think that she was the best wrestler last year. She held up WWE's women's division so much and helped elevate other people with her. Actually, one of the big reasons we love Sasha Banks even more is because of that fantastic rivalry she had with Asuka when she was tagging up with Bayley. So, obviously you have to go with Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, but a little part of my brain just thought, Asuka really needed this more in terms of actual booking. But from a kayfabe standpoint, obviously, it makes much more sense, and I'm sure Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks will be fantastic. Who will face Roman Reigns at Fastlane? We don't know yet, because Jey Uso is a big old bitch. The match is great, obviously. Now, right before that takes place, and actually something that kind of melded in, something they're doing a lot more of, I've noticed, is fluidity. They had this segment where Seth Rollins comes down looking like Michael Jackson from Moonwalker, whatever. He's cosplay Joseph Seed, and for anyone who doesn't know who that is, Google Joseph Seed and you will be like, that's where he's got that gimmick from. He's completely ripped it off. I'm sorry, he has. It's Far Cry 5 all over, mate. And if you can't see it, then you're not going to be able to see anything, ultimately. Maybe you're Stevie Wonder. Maybe that's why you can't see it. But Seth Rollins comes down, Cesaro comes down and thinks, I remember you whipping my ass, mate, and I'm going to fucking kick the shite out of you for that. He's got his mean look on, right, that's it, we're going to do business. Seth Rollins is like, whoa, being a snively little bitch that he is, and he says that you lack killer instincts, Cesaro. And I actually really like this segment, because once again, once you got Seth Rollins riff-raff and boring monologues out of the way, which he is a nightmare for and has been for a long time. Who can forget when he used to open up Raw with like 20-minute monologues as the champion? You think, oh, just get on with it, you tarts. One thing that was really good about this segment is it just reminded you that Cesaro can feel like a big star if he's put in the right position. I still feel that from a mouthpiece perspective, he isn't quite up to scratch with some of the bigger talent. That being said, he is definitely getting better, and his in-ring quality is fucking marvelous. I said that he was the MVP of the Elimination Chamber, and I stand by that statement. He kind of teases the idea that he might join Seth Rollins, then boom, it's big swing time, and he just swings him for what seems like forever. This was definitely one of my favourite swings. I'll give Seth Rollins a bit of credit. Nobody has sold the big swing like this before. I like the fact he still had the microphone. He's like, nah, put me down. It was actually quite funny and quite enjoyable, and it makes you feel good as a wrestling fan because you're seeing the obnoxious twathead heel getting what he deserves. And of course, as Cesaro's going up the ramp, out comes Daniel Bryan. Fluidity. And we have that main event that we were expecting. It was a great match. I don't know why anyone's so surprised. I always see people tweet, oh my God, Daniel Bryan's having an amazing match. Well, yeah. He's one of the best wrestlers of the last 20 years. Of course he's having a fucking good match, you idiots. It's amazing that people are still surprised that guys like Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan and Cesaro can be good. It's like, surely anyone with a semblance of understanding of what this is knows how good these guys are. And it was fantastic. Except for the ending, of course. Double count out. Bit of an anticlimactic way to end Smackdown, actually. More often than not, Smackdown starts and finishes with Reigns in some way, and it did here. There's a double count out. Daniel Bryan's pretty pissed off about that. He puts Jey Uso in the yes lock, and then of course Roman Reigns jumps him. He looks like he's about to get one over on Roman Reigns, and then of course Jey Uso uses that as an opportunity to jump him, and then the show essentially finishes with Roman Reigns putting poor old Daniel in that big old sweaty chokehold that he likes to use. And that's it, in a nutshell. SmackDown ends with Roman Reigns standing over Daniel Bryan. Do I still think he's going to face him at Fastlane? Pretty much, yeah. But the big selling point, of course, from this SmackDown is the fact that Bianca Belair will face Sasha Banks. And I noticed on social media that was all anyone really wanted to talk about. But I'm curious to see what they do with Fastlane. I'm curious to know what you guys thought of SmackDown. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're getting very close to 300 subs, which means you could win one of these lovely t-shirts or a t-shirt of your choice from one of our stores. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to buy a tee, it's wrestleplug.bigcartel.com, particularly if you're in Europe, and if you're North American based, I would check out prowrestlingtees.com/wrestleplug to help keep the shipping down. I've been Aeron. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will catch you very soon for more content from the Wrestle Plug.